What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Muscle, and this is another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast. And today, we have two very special guests in the building. Listen, if you've been in Toronto for the past couple of years, you've seen them hosting events, you've seen them on media, you've seen them right through all the big festivals this year, and so much more. You know, we have in the building today, I call them the dynamic duo of Linky Links and Nikki Hype in the building today. What's going on, lady and gentlemen?
Brennan,
I love that. Muscle, what's going on? What's going on?
Thanks for having us, brother.
Yes,
Thank you guys
definitely.
for actually coming up. Because as I said, we've been seeing you guys on these massive stages. But again, this is lately, but I've known you guys from 19 whole long. So it's good to actually sit down in a room with all three of us and sit down and have
Yes.
a good reasoning today, you understand?
Yes,
for
yes.
sure. And before we get into the convo, Nikki, we have to give Muslim props.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
definitely.
We are proud of you, brother.
Proud of you
We are
as well.
happy in the same breath, and I mean that one of our peers doing it big, not regularly.
Big.
So
Big
big up,
artists,
Big up, Muscle, big up Two Line.
Relevant interviews.
Yes.
Entertaining interviews.
Yes.
And a lot of information, very informative as well.
Thank you. It means a lot coming from you guys, where, as I said, I've seen you guys from 19 whole long doing this. You know what I mean? You guys were
From
one
the
of
living room sofa.
What? You guys are one of the few that actually left a blueprint for me to follow. Say, okay, this is what I like. This is how we're going to take it to them wicked and move with it. You know what I mean? So big, you guys up too. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
Remember
thank
Muscle asked me one time, years ago, before it was even video, he said to me, Linky, I think both of us was doing street talk.
Street talk, okay.
And he said to me, Linky, like, how many interviews do you think you have done? I think he asked me like 50 or 100.
Wow.
And I was like, Muscle, are you joking, bro? That's more. And he's like, wow. And then when I look at Muscle's, like, the pod
Catalog
right now,
now, yes.
holy.
No, I'll tell you the truth. Yo, I tell that story to everybody all
really?
the time. All the time. It was 100. I said, Linky, have you done 100 interviews? Because to me, 100 sounded like it would be crazy to
Crazy,
do.
right? Yeah.
Linky laughed at me. He almost laughed me out of the room. 100? What? 100 is joke. Now I'm approaching 500. I understand what you mean by 100 is a joke.
And that was like 7 years ago.
Bro, you're just getting your feet wet at 100. You don't know anything yet at 100. You know what I mean?
As,
So
you, as
definitely.
you go along.
true.
Yes.
What got you guys into hosting, making you pick up a mic and want to talk to people in the first place?
Well, for me, I started off in our local dancehall, basically doing red carpet interview, making dancehall in Toronto seem like little Hollywood, you know, making the ladies feeling special, knowing that when they come out, they're appreciated how they look. And the man them catch on eventually and start looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Know that that's how you have to, when you come, you have to walk the red carpet. You got to look good. So
Yes.
put on your best dress.
Yeah. So that gave me the practice I needed to, to deliver now that I'm doing on stage as well. You, Links?
Well, for me, how would I put it? I was always a talker. I was always an entertainer. I like to get people together and have them laughing. For here in Toronto was, I think I was doing a Halloween party. I just took the mic and started to MC and just do my thing, you know what I mean? And Ryan Giggs said, yo.
It felt good, right?
Yeah, you know what I mean? But I was always doing that, but not with a mic.
Mike, yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
So you're the corner man, always on the corner running the most.
joke.
joke.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I think
And-
both of us was
Yeah.
a buck up when we decided to start talking on mic and interviewing people. It's like a buck up thing. It
Right,
wasn't something that you said, this is what I want to be and this is what we're going to do.
yeah.
It's a buck up. I don't know if it's the same for you. For me, it was.
It wasn't a buck up for me. Well, I wouldn't say it's a buck up, but I probably, Dixie, have a look at it. I wouldn't say that buck up. It'd be like, that is our purpose, but we just went through a different path to get there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Because
yeah.
as I said, for me, I was always that person. Jovial, chat foolishness, entertain, give jokes. But what happened was when I did that house party was the Halloween party. Then my boy said, no, Links, no, you're wasting your talent. We're going to be doing a show next week, and I want you to come and sit on the couch and just talk and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. And when I did it, I'm like, yeah.
You like it?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's the
Yeah.
feeling of seeing people react to you talking on a mic where you're actually say, put your hand up, and everybody's putting their hand up or spin around, whatever you're
Yes,
telling them to
whatever you're
do.
telling them to do.
That feeling of controlling this crowd right here is a great feeling.
But that it's a different aspect of things in terms of being in front of the camera and actually being on stage.
Yeah.
100%.
Because I never got to that level yet of being on stage.
Stage.
I was just enjoying being on camera.
on
You know what I
camera.
mean? And talking and people listening on the radio in front of the camera. And then I saw my beautiful Pari. And Ryan Giggs said to me, it was 106 on Park. We were trying to emulate that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
me, and he came to me like, yo, we need a female with you. We need a female with you. You're good, but we need a female that is good as you. And
To balance that perspective.
Yes, to compliment you and you guys. And I reached out to Nix, and she didn't even itch. Like, she didn't even itch. And I have to say this publicly now. You have to, ladies and gentlemen, you got to realize when it comes on to Nix, we don't rehearse. Like, when we're doing, like, back then, we would read our script, but certain things was off the fly.
Yeah.
Off the fly. And for the
It's-
first 2-3 shows, when we connect like that, I was like, all right, we got some.
It's chemistry.
It's chemistry. It
Physics and
definitely
science,
is. Yes.
like-
Definitely.
All the subjects.
So that first show that we're talking about is Chatty
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 Wednesdays.
Chatty
Yes.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
That was like, what, 2010?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
That's
2010.
wild.
Wild, right?
15 years. 2010, 2011. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's wild to even think of. That's 15 years, you know.
Yeah.
And that's on the internet because that wasn't a radio station or anything. This was streaming live to the
Live,
internet.
yeah.
Yes.
What was the reaction? What was Toronto's reaction or even the world's reaction to that type of show coming out of Toronto at that time?
I think everybody wanted to come on there. It was new to them. They were excited that we were reaching out in our community.
Right.
They wanted to know what was going on. You know, all the top artists that we were interviewing, people were listening, right? And I think it was something that was needed at that time.
It was, because there was a void in our community that people needed their voices to be heard. Not only the artists, but also businesses as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it highlight businesses and artists and young entrepreneurs and stuff like that. So it was a brilliant feedback. We felt like superstars back then.
Everybody talking. You say, hey,
Yeah,
I've seen you.
talking.
You know what I mean? People would tell you what you said on the show, certain things you probably didn't even remember.
Yep.
People
Yeah.
repeating back to you.
Yep.
True.
Do you remember your first big interview? Who was the first big guest you guys spoke to back then on Chatty Chatty?
Damn. Did we do Oliver Samuels?
We did Oliver Samuels.
I know we did. I don't want to say before he was big because he was big then. We did Ira.
We did Ira.
Okay.
That was
Ira named me, right? You know that, right?
Nikki at the right time.
Nikki had the right type. Yeah. Ira named me. So
Yeah.
that was kind of cool.
Damn, Nick, that was so long ago. What does it
Right?
do?
Lady Saw. Did we do Lady Saw when she came for a Sonic event?
I don't even remember. I think
Yeah.
we did her over the phone. At that time, we had over the phone
interviews.
and in person as
And
well.
in
And
person.
in person. At that time, yeah.
At that time, yeah.
I think one of our biggest, I don't know if we consider this big, but it wasn't an artist. We did a pastor. He's like a millionaire now, an African pastor.
Oh,
Okay.
Kofi Danso.
Kofi Nanso. Yes.
Kofi Danso.
Yeah.
He's
He's a
big
big
now.
billionaire.
Like big, has his own plane, like he's big now.
Back then.
Back then.
Yeah. Okay, so then since you guys are saying big one, what was your most disastrous interview back then?
I think one time, Nix, I think we messed up on a name. Oh my
Was it
God.
me or was it you?
Oh my God, I forgot his name, man. He's a Jamaican artist, and we could not get his name properly. I can't. You don't remember this artist, but he came up.
I'm always smiling, so I don't know. I'm always smiling.
You know what this artist, man?
Your default is smile,
Default,
smile, and that fixes
smile,
everything.
and that fixes
I know,
everything.
man. Like, but there was this artist that we messed up his name. You know, we read it, and me and Nikki and she was like, Pari, what's his name? Because the thing with me and Nick's behind the scenes, like certain things I'm strong with, and certain things she's strong with.
But
Yeah.
that's what makes
Yeah.
you a good
Good
team, the
team,
yin
yeah.
and the yang.
Yeah,
The
so
balance,
certain
you
things
understand?
she'll like, yo, Pari, you take this.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, Pari, okay. And she's like, Pari, I'll take this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So certain things like, yo, Pari, that name, I'm carry to pronounce that name, and you deal with this. You understand me? I'm going to say, Nick, you know what this look like?
With
You
Linky
deal
and I, it's never a competition. it's I give him his time to shine, and he gives me my time to shine, and we know when to kind of break it down and when to build it up, and it's that kind of relationship.
It was growing pains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though we connected, it was us learning on
At
the
the same
fly
time.
about the business, but also about each
Each
other.
other, yeah.
When to cut each other off, when to interject, when to leave. You know what I mean? So it took us a while. The natural connection and the chemistry was there. But at a certain time when we got bigger, it became more than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 4 minutes to actually say, okay, this makes sense now. Here we go. We
Right.
understand each other's role.
Yes.
This is what he does. This is what I do.
Right.
Let's go.
Right.
You understand? Chatty Chatty. How long did Chatty Chatty last for?
About 3 years, 2.5 years.
Yeah, 2 years, I
2
think.
years.
2 years, yeah.
It was a good run for the 2 years.
a
It's
good-
Yeah.
definitely shout out to Gigs.
Yeah, shout out to Ryan Giggs.
Yeah, shout out to Ryan Gigs.
And that
Yeah.
was streaming on Chatty Chatty, or that was streaming on YouTube at that
That
time?
was streaming on Chatty Chatty.
Yeah.
He had a website. He had a website, and we had our phone lines open up and stuff like that. And yeah.
Yeah.
And then we branched off. Not branch off. We moved on. I left first, and Nikki was there. And then Nikki left, and then I started Street Talk. And then I got
You
a job
joined in?
back. I got a call back for the boss. And the boss is like, I'm here, Links.
Yeah.
I'm here.
And that's when it went to another level now. That's when shit got real.
So, okay, so what was the premise of Street Talk in the first place? Because you guys cut your teeth on Chatty Chatty. Now you said, okay, I'm going to form Street Talk right now. What was the real premises on Street Talk?
So Street Talk was created based on the fact that what me and Nikki what I've seen through Chatty Chatty, meaning that the effect that it had on the communities, the door that it opened.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The conversation that was had, how the people received it, that there was a void in our community that people needed to come on a Wednesday or a Thursday or a Saturday and speak on their business, speak on their talent, wanted to know what was going on in the city, who is coming, you know what I mean? So that was only being provided at the time on G98.
Right.
So for us as locals in the community, we never really had that outlet, that platform. You know what I mean? So I created Links in the Streets Radio, which was Litz Radio.
Yeah.
And then I had a show called Street Talk. And again,
Okay,
to
so
bring the boss.
Litz was the house.
Right.
Street Talk was a program
Was a
inside of the
program.
house.
Inside the house, yes.
Yes.
After Chatty Chatty ended, it really, our community needed something else.
Yes,
Right? And I was too busy doing other things, but Linky was focused on we need to build back
Right.
what we had and start back off where Chatty Chatty ended, sort
Right.
of thing.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Right there. How do you deal with each other when each other's not really in the mood to be doing this thing? Because not every day you're on, not every day you're happy, not every day. How do you guys deal with that?
Let's go first. Let's you go first.
Well, you know what? I think because of the chemistry that we both have when we work together, we know when one is up and we know when the other one isn't, right? And so just the other day, this happened when we were on stage at the Bunty Show.
Yeah.
Yes, Bunty Show?
Yeah.
Was it Bunty
Yes,
Show?
it
Yes,
was.
it was the Bunty Show.
You keep nagging me.
I kept asking. I noticed his mood, like he was there, but he wasn't really there. It was a lot of, and I'm like, no, Pari, this is not you. I need you. I need you to come back. Come back. What's going on? So like 3 different times, we had a little, Pari, we're good. This is going to be great. We're all right. I don't know what you're going through, but we here together, right?
Pari, bring it back.
I bring it back. I need you. And right there, he just went, okay, Pari, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, Nick, I'm used to females. You know what I mean? And Nick's, it took me a while to get used to her in terms of her tendencies, the makeup and the hair. She's a diva.
Hold on, bro.
Nikki, no, believe it.
Yeah.
Nikki is a woman and a diva. So
Oh,
it's a
Jesus.
different type of vibration. You know what I mean? So it took me a while to, okay, all right, Linky, bring the patient level down. Let her, you know what I mean? And then I took to understand. But what I think kind of got me more to understand Nick's is that I think the first time we hosted O Canada in Jamaica, and we both went down. And I can say this in front of her face, behind her back, Nikki loves what she does. She goes hard than me in terms of in the streets, like for parties, dancehall parties, you know what I mean? So Nikki will more call me the nerd, and she's more, you know what I mean? When Nikki be like, yo, Pari, we're going out tonight. I'm like, okay, we go tonight, and she's like, no, we are go tomorrow. I said, oh, nope.
We say once a week.
Yeah,
yeah, all right. Now
And-
Nikki's in
and
the streets like
and
the white
she's-
line
listen,
boss.
And she's in there. She's getting her outfits. She's dressing according to the theme. She's promoting. She's working. You know what I mean? And some of the time, in our bucket, and I'm like, yo, Pari, you know, really, I forgot everywhere enough.
Right.
She's like, no, Pari, we gotta be out there. We gotta be out there. We gotta be out there. I was like, well, yeah, alone enough, cause me now that strength. You know what I
The
mean?
thing about me with being a host, I think it's more than just being on stage. I think it's also the work that you put in before the actual event. You kind of learn the streets, you kind of learn the people, you know, what they're about. And so that when you're on stage, it becomes like a natural thing. And I think that's why I go out a lot.
Oh, okay.
You know, because I want to learn the groups, their names.
Who you're
is
bigging up,
with,
who you're linking
yeah,
with,
who I'm
and all of
linking
those
with,
stuff
and
there.
all
Yeah.
that. And then you have a cheerleader. You have the fans that cheer for you
Right.
because you're in the street with them. So when you're on stage, because they're there cheering for you, it makes it so much easier. You know,
It's a win-win.
it's a win-win.
Yeah. Because again, I remember at first, dancehall hosts, when they said put somebody as a host on a party, they never used to talk at first, you know.
At all.
It was just a picture of them, okay, this person is going to be here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hosts never used to, dancehall hosts never used to talk.
Wow, I never know that.
Yeah.
And I start talking.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I remember you from, was it Remix Mondays?
Remix.
I think it was,
Mondays.
there was one of the first
Downtown.
times I really started to hear you first talk.
Yeah.
You understand? 'Cause at
Down
first I
at
never used to
Rodeo
talk.
and I,
Yeah,
Rodeo and Yellow Black
Oh, that's
Moon.
downtown?
Downtown, we used to
Yeah.
do
I
Remix
think when I
Monday.
just came to Canada.
Yeah.
On Richmond Street.
Yeah.
I heard
It's a
about
big
it,
up
but I just-
rodeo. Big up
Yeah.
rodeo.
No, definitely.
My
So-
voice came in, it was when I started doing commercials of my own events
okay.
with Jeff the Master. When they had your studio and Ringding was alive.
Okay.
Bless his soul. So they had a studio. And then I started to do little events at Club Paradise. And then, you know, at that time you had to make your commercials. You would have the DJs make a commercials for you, whatever. So I went in to have my commercial make by one of the DJs or whomever. And Jeff is like, just say something. Just say something. And right away he's like, you can really do this. And so I made my own ad. And then I started making ad for people.
Right.
Right? And so that's what it's so much different ways I started doing this.
It's just one thing leads to a next.
No,
Somebody
yeah.
might say, hey, do this, try that. As you said, your friend said, hey, do this. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
told you, say, hey, do that. And it's just, here we are years later.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yep.
I remember Street Talk. You guys had a few viral moments. I swear, Ding Dong was one of them. Super viral moment when they were, these times you guys were in the basement this time, Street
Yes.
Talk.
Yep.
Yes.
Do you remember some of your viral moments you guys had back then?
God.
Damn, Nix. I remember interviewing Massacre
Yeah.
it was his first time in Toronto.
Yeah.
The basement was packed.
Packed with people, right?
That was one. Ding Dong was one.
Yes.
A next good one, Nix, was I don't even remember Chabas.
Yes.
Yes.
Shabba-Doo.
The comedian.
Chabas and Lincoln Tree that.
Yes.
That was packed.
You know, thing was with them too. A lot of people didn't realize Ricky Platinum was with them in that whole crew when they were part of that time. You know?
You're kidding.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Ricky Platinum was there.
You're
Oh,
kidding.
damn.
Yeah,
Do
he
we
was.
we should have these things on our.
You know who? I think J.A. Nursing have some of those clipping and
We
Taz.
need some of those.
And next one, Nix. This is a funny one though.
Yeah.
I think Nix was there too for this one. So we got a call that somebody's doing a play. So the promoter for the play, the promoter for the play reached out to me and is like, Links, this play is happening. We want to give away 2 tickets on your guys' show. We want to come sit down with you and Nikki. I'm like, okay, good. What time? Tell me, okay. But some of the actors from the play is coming up. I'm like, okay. So we're gonna have Del Cita and then we're gonna have Shibada.
Shabba-Doo.
And I was like, okay. So I'm like, okay.
I said, I got Shabba-Doo. Don't worry, Links.
Yeah,
Don't
so
worry.
Nick said, oh, I'm like, so I wrote it by Nick and it's like, yeah, you know what, man, I'm come Links, good vibes and whatever. So all Nikki knows this. All Street Talk works is that before our show, we always have a team. So we have Sandra, we have J.A., we have Taz, you know what I mean? We have my wife, and we have the team backstage, make sure people are okay. And then we always have drinks. So we have 1 and 2 of our friends will come and chill in the basement while me and Nix are doing our thing and Chippy is playing. But for that specific episode, the basement was empty. It was empty. But Nix, I don't know if you remember this very well. So Shabba-Doo was very, I don't want to say scared because I don't know what he was thinking, but
He was very shy.
yes, he didn't want to come downstairs at first.
Yeah, very, very
And when
shy.
he came in the studio and Nix did her thing and kind of,
Mellow him out.
yeah, you know what I mean? Nix did her
iron him
thing
out.
and she worked and Nix worked her magic and, you know, him start be himself now, him start talk and thing and thing. And normally after the show, we normally chill and
Yeah.
drink and talk. And the studio got packed. And we were there chilling and talking, having conversation and all these things. And it was a good vibe. But I remember the phone calls that I got. I remember specifically, Nix, I don't know if I tell you this. Somebody said, yo, Vibes Cartel, and I got really happy with that interview.
But he's an entertainer. And
Listen,
at that time,
and we
he
were
wasn't-
working.
And we were working.
Yes.
And at that time, he wasn't so flamboyant. You know, he was a little bit more shy and, you know, trying to. I mean, we're all people, right? So we have to give everyone a fair opportunity because it's who they are. And we do not judge the type of persons
No.
that you are.
No.
Okay, let me
Yeah.
add on to you guys' story.
Eh-heh.
Okay. 2009, me and my crew, we were the first ones to bring Shabba-Doo to Canada.
Okay.
All right, for Bashman Granny too.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
right.
yes.
I remember everybody used to come up to, these times we were selling CDs and DVDs in the booth. Everybody would keep coming up, yo, you got Bashman Granny 2, Bashman Granny 2. They'd film the movie, Bashman Granny 2. So nah, man, I picked up the DVD, looked at the back cover, and just called the number, randomly called the number.
Right.
Said, okay, they gave us a price those times. Since we're talking, we're going to talk truth. I think for the 4 shows we had paid $22,000 for the 4 shows. Wow. All right.
cheap.
And you see, that was the first thing where instantly we made money. That was one of the ventures that we did, instantly made money. But I remember the first time I seen Shabba-Doo now, I thought when I seen him on TV, he was acting. But then when I seen him in real life, I said,
He's the same person.
He's the same person. He's the same person.
one of my brothers called me and said, yo, you know what's going on here? I said, boss, I thought it was an act.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it was cool.
Right.
Made money, did our thing,
and
went
a
about our
lot of
business.
people enjoy the show. The show
All 4
had
shows, all 4
substance at the
shows sold
time.
out.
He's
Listen,
very
Nix, one of my friends, like him cussed me. And the promoter at the time, I think was it Devon Arton? I don't want to lie, but a promoter said, Linky, you need to come to one of the show. And I went to one of the show in Scarborough. And my same friend that was cussing me
was
out,
in the show.
I
was
saw
at
him
the
in
show.
the line.
In the line at the show. I
And
remember
called
that
him
so
out.
clearly.
I called him
remember
out.
that.
He's like, yo, my girl wanted to come, that's why I'm here. I'm like, you're right.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
But Shabba-Doo at the time, the shows that he did and the plays that they wrote had substance. It was very funny, full of laughter, and a lot of interaction with the audience as well. That made it so much more. And it was all shows that I've been to, because I think I've been to 2 of the 4, and they're all packed.
Yeah, always sold out.
Always.
Always sold out.
Always
That
sold
whole
out.
Bashman Granny crew, they were like play superstars at that time.
Yeah, yeah.
Anywhere they went,
Anywhere.
the place was sold out. Rest in peace on Valier Johnson, he was part of it. Bashi, Shabba-Doo,
Yep.
Dion Silvera, Half a Dog. There was a couple of them. It was about 6 or 7
Some
of
of
them.
them.
The way how they dealt with us, they dealt with us so good. I think it was like probably, say it was 8 of them. They just said, okay, we just need 4 hotel rooms. We'll just chill 2 of us in a room. They wanted to go Walmart when they were leaving to go home and stuff. They were totally different than dealing with artists. Totally. So for them, it was a good vibe. It was just the Shabba-Doo. When I said I thought he was acting, and then when I seen he was still the same way in real life, that kind of threw me off for a minute. But after a while, it was like, whatever.
I think back then, seeing a can I say it? A gay person being themselves was not normal, right? Everybody was always in,
Sure, I did.
the closet kind of thing. So when he actually was, being himself, but still trying not to be himself.
Yeah.
It was kind of awkward for other people that have other insights. But yeah.
You know, also to add to what you asked, one of the questions, I remember, and Nikki, and you probably remember this, we interviewed Vybz Kartel's mom
Yeah.
when he was inside.
When he was inside.
Yes. Must
Yeah.
So we had his mom
Yeah.
on the show. She called in. Her daughter made the call, and because we grew up in Waterford, all of it, you know what I mean? So at the time he was incarcerated, and, we spoke to his mom, and, that was a good
touching.
one. Yeah, that was a good one.
No, definitely. Speaking to somebody's mom, different type of insight than you definitely get.
Yeah.
And I mean, stuff doing good. But I know at one point, I think, Nikki, you had left the show. Yeah, you guys weren't really seeing eye to eye for a minute there. What had happened there?
No, we weren't.
Yeah, what had happened?
Nikki, tell your father, I'm going to tell my father.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. So, Linky is always looking out for the best interests of myself and also for the show. And so a little bit of personal information leaked into the media, into the world, if to say. And so he thought that me being on the show, questions would arrive and I wouldn't know how to handle myself. Right? So he told me that, maybe I should just take a break from the show. And I didn't think I needed to take a break. I actually felt offended because I think I am very professional and I've been professional where questions have come in before anything, any other incident, and I know how to handle myself. Of course, sometimes we nudge each other and we tap each other. We know the signals, when to answer and when not to answer and how to answer. So I think that Linky should have given me that room, or that, what's am I looking for?
That grace.
The grace to say, okay, my Pari knows her work and she knows how to handle things. And I think at that time he stepped back and I felt,
Some type of way.
yeah,
Okay.
I felt offended, honestly.
You, Linky.
Honestly, so she said it, but where I was coming from, I was trying to protect her at that particular time, because as you said, some personal stuff had happened, it went viral in terms of everybody was talking about it, and I know they were going to come at her. They were waiting for our show to come at her, So I'm thinking, listen, I don't need my party to go through this, because sometimes there's a thing called, what them call it, 7 day?
7 day talk?
7 day talk, 9 day talk.
9 day
9 day talk, you know what I mean? So at that time, that was all I was thinking. I was like, you know what?
But I want to ask you a question before you finish. Was it your idea to not have me come, or did you think the team that we had?
No, it was me.
It was you?
Me.
Okay.
So even as a team, at the end of the day, all decisions were made by me. The last talk was me, you know what I mean? We had conversations, yes, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, there's nobody to me like my party, right? So at that particular moment, I'm like, things are going hot, so listen, take some time off, let things die down, then when you come back, we could, but my parties are hotted sometimes, you know what I mean? And she's like, no links, and then she started to get in her feelings, say that I don't have her back, and I know that she could handle herself, and blah, blah, blah. So I wasn't coming from a place where I didn't think she could handle herself. I was just trying to do some damage control.
But the trick with damage control is this, especially in media, is if I disappear, you say, okay, you send me home for a month. You see, as I come back, everything is still going to be there. So it's like I just came right back into it. But again, you're new in the media space. You don't really realize it. The best way to deal with media, if there's some kind of scandal,
is head on.
Head on. You understand?
On.
After 9 days, they'll forget about it. Who doesn't want to forget about it won't forget about it. But if you disappear and come back, the second you come back, you say, see, she's there now. Let's get her now.
Let's get her, yeah.
You understand?
And I agree with you on that, but also from me as a whole, but also as the owner for the radio station at the time, I was trying to gather my thoughts. How am I going to attack this? Not only for myself, but along with her.
The important thing was, you knew they were going to come at me. And so we should have just basically, I think we should have just prepared for them, right? I mean, we both worked together well. And I think at that time, all we had to do was prepare for it, know when to answer and when not to answer. And if a call came in where the questions was a little bit too harsh, I'm sure you know how to maneuver and manipulate the whole system. That's me. I know how to maneuver things. But you were worried about that I was going to get out of character and deal with it. But I already prepped myself for the questions and the backlash, because remember, I've been in dancehall where I've been going through this all this time. So I know how to handle phone calls like that. You know what I'm saying? Me being in the streets, me being in dancehall actively, I know the things that people will say and will come at me with. And I was trying to show you that, but at the time, both of us were kind of maybe angry that why did this happen? And, you know.
It's your first big scandal that you have to deal with. So, again, remember, even though it's local, to you, in your mind, it's the world. You understand? Everybody's going to come get me. Most people don't even know. But again, it's a group that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
So it's how do I handle this? That's really the biggest thing. And again, it's because I have both you guys here. Is why I specifically brought that up. So then now we could really get to it, seeing how because again, you guys came back together and you guys are doing a lot of great stuff. I said, okay, I want to know how you guys handle that situation to even link back in the first place. That's why I brought that up. You understand?
You know what? I'm glad you brought it up, because I don't even think me and Nikki really talked about it, because the love and the respect that we have for each other, we try not to cross that boundary where I will say things to disrespect her or she will say things to disrespect me. We just know, say, yo, she did hurt and feel some type of way, just stay over there. So me feel some type of way, but stay over there. So. But the love was always there. The respect was always there.
There was never a time where we disrespected each other behind our backs, or I heard anything or he heard anything. We kept it, you know, that.
And a lot of people wanted us to go that part, you know.
Yeah.
A lot. Because I remember G View, I went on there and they asked me the same thing, and they were trying to dig, you know what I mean? But for the most part, me and Nikki working is not really, again, other than being a woman where women sometimes are moody, and I know how to deal with Nikki when she's miserable, I know when to deal with her, I know when to shut her down, I know when to get her up, I know how to deal with her, you know what I mean? So that never really bothered me, you know what I mean? But it's just that particular time when she said she thought that I went about it the wrong way, and I was looking at it from a different angle, you know what I mean? So I have to respect where she is coming from and how she felt, you know what I mean? Years after we spoke about it, so we're good now.
Good to go.
Solid.
I like it. As I said, you guys work so good together. The chemistry you guys have, you can't make that up. You understand? Somebody can't put two people in a room and say, okay, you guys do something, and it's going to work. The chemistry I see you guys have, know when to talk, know when to fall back, know when to push forward.
Yeah.
You can't make that up.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
You guys are been hosting a lot of stuff. What do you think makes a good host, or what makes you good at your job?
Preparation?
100%. 100%. I remember, I don't want to put it on the spot part, but I have to talk about it.
That's all right.
I remember years ago, Nikki got her first big stage show. I don't know if you remember this. Both of us went down. We drove together downtown. It was Movado Shabba-Ranks.
Yeah.
And you were so nervous. You were like, Parry, this is big, you know. What am I going to do? Like, how do I do this? You know what I mean? I'm like, Parry. Because Nikki's talented. She's good at what she does. She's good on the fly. But she's just that person that sometimes she overthink things. You know what I mean? And she's like, Parry, I'm not going to do a blah, blah, blah. So I will never forget that time. Say, yo, Parry, chill. And one of the things that I am very strong on, and because I'm so strong, because I saw Jerry D, you know, Jerry D back in Jamaica, and all those people, Barry, you know, and I watched those people introduce artists back home, Sting and those. So I took a page of their book, like back then, and I tried to implement it in my craft. So I am very big in terms of presenting an artist, because that will give the artist. So Nick was talking to him like, Nick's like, yo, Parry, I'll never do this, whatever. So, and that's one of I love her. I said to her, I said, Nix, here we have to do. Find 3 or 4 rhyme song them, review it, and just find the punchline or find the name of the song them. Before we could have finished, Nix up on her phone. Parry, and she did it. And I'm backstage. And I'm watching her. She went out there and she killed it. She killed it.
Yeah.
When I said killed it, that was Shabba-Ranks and Movado.
And Movado, yeah.
Big show. Huge. Big show.
And that was you guys' first big show out together as a
Well, I
duo?
wasn't working.
I was working.
She was working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was just there to
My
give her that
mentor.
support. You know what I mean? And kind of say, yo, you know what I mean? Because it's a difference when you're in front of the mic on the radio or in front of the camera on podcast, and when you're actually
Out
on
there
stage.
on stage.
100%.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And we try our best. I could speak on our behalf as well. We try our best to master our craft and to give our audience or our fans or spectators the best version of ourselves. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? We don't just come on the mic, oh, next on stage we have muscle.
No.
You know what I mean?
That can't work.
Yeah.
That can't work.
You could get anybody in the crowd to come. To
Yeah.
it. You know what I
Right,
mean. You have to
exactly.
have that. You have to have that thing that you can't really explain what it is, but that thing.
It's like putting salt in the pot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And Nikki said it best. We like, and we had this conversation years ago, like researching, doing the background work is so important.
Yeah.
What you see on stage is a finished product.
Yeah.
It is very important to do the work before you get the mic in your hand. Very important.
And another part is learning the audience, interacting with the audience, getting them to participate in when you're on stage, because that does help you to build a vibe. Like when we were at Jerk Fest.
Right.
Was it
Yeah,
Jerk
yeah.
Fest?
Jerk Fest.
Was it Jerk Fest?
Or was it Bunty Show?
Bunty Show.
I think it was Bunty Show. We talked
God,
to
we
the
had
people
so
that-
much day. But I think it was Jamaica Day. Where the crowd was active. Like they were fully active. They wanted to be there. And everything that we did, they were participating.
Bunty Show was like that.
Bunty Show was like that as well.
We had
They
some
were,
ladies in the
oh,
front.
yes.
Yes, Bunty Show. There was
Yes.
and we were getting them involved, and they were very. Yeah, you're right. Bunty Show was like that.
Yeah. So that part of hosting is what we have to, like, we get it. Both of us, I think we get it, that we have to, in order for us to keep the momentum going, having the people, not feeling bored or, wasting their time or whatever, and interacting with us. We've learned how to, manipulate that to them.
Have you guys ever flopped on stage before?
I know. Take a sip. Flop on stage.
Yeah.
What do you consider flop?
Yeah.
Flop where you couldn't get your words right. Nothing was. It just the
right.
whole
Well, I
thing
made a
just
mistake
wasn't
the other day
flowing.
at the Big Bunty show. At the big,
All right. This is what it is. If me and Nix are working together, if she slips up a little bit, I'm there. If I slips up a little bit, she's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, when I'm not working with her, I don't think of a blunder, like flop, quote unquote flop. But for Nix, I don't know if you work by yourself, if you have actually flopped where, as he said, mess up a name.
I wasn't at Jerk Fest, and I went on stage and I called the people in the show of Jerk Fest.
That was a Bunty show. That was Bunty show. That was in the beginning of the show.
Big show, no one was
yeah.
really there, but it's like, wow, I could not believe when I came on stage and I said, Jerk Fest.
Jerk Fest, how you feeling?
And I hear Linky in the back going, the Oasis, the Oasis.
The Oasis Music Festival, how you feeling,
Oasis.
ladies and gentlemen?
The Oasis.
So before that second, we just come right over and just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Right.
But that's what a good partner does. A good partner knows, okay, when I dilly, you dally. And that's how we get
Yeah.
this together. And that's how we make things move. You know what I mean? What was you guys' first big although you guys did the meet and all, what was your first big show that you guys started to host together where they said, oh, you know what? You guys are good on the radio. Let's take what we see on the radio, on the internet, and bring it out to real life.
Wow. All right. So when we were doing Street Talk, I was doing O Canada in Jamaica. I wouldn't say that's a dance, but it became like a big
event.
thing, big
Yeah.
event in one of the biggest in Easter. So the promoter is Wanda. He used to live here. Big up Wanda, my brother, and he loves Nikki. He rates Nikki and all these things. You know what I mean? So
Big up Wanda.
yeah, I think I did O Canada 2 times by myself. And then I told Wanda, like, my partner in crime, I was like, oh, Nikki, he not even itch. Yes, man. Right. He was ready. You know what I mean? So us now doing O Canada outside
Canada. It's
Canada, it was a different look, a different feeling, you know what I mean? And people started to look at us differently now because we carry that same chemistry overseas.
Overseas.
You know what I mean? Where she wasn't talking over me, I wasn't talking over her. She was doing her thing. And she said, party, and we just work as we normally did, you know what I mean? So I think Old Canada would be...
Where we started together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One of the biggest.
I think so.
One of the biggest.
And then here now in recent time,
last year, we did Jerkfest.
Jerkfest
Yes.
together. That was
Did we do a
good.
stage show here before that or no?
God, I need to start writing these things down. I'm telling you,
Because
honestly.
me personally, I know when it comes to like more festivals, that's where we'd see you guys as a dynamic duo.
Yes.
You
Right,
understand?
right.
Stage shows, what you might do something, she might do something, because I know you're on the Caribbean Music Festival coming up.
Yes.
You're hosting that with Massacre, and I donate them. You do other shows too, but when it comes to really festivals, to me, that's where you guys really shine in front of those 10,000,
Thousands of people.
15,000 people. That's really where the people are really starting to see you guys for really you guys' worth and what you guys really bring to the table.
I
are
think
the
last year's
festivals.
when we actually people started looking at us with the festival thing. Because when we did the Jerk Fest,
Last
we
year.
both the first day,
Right.
and I was missing the second day. Everybody's like, "Where's your partner?
Yeah,
Where's your
yep, they
partner?"
were-
you know.
yep, they were
But I
asking me.
had my event that I couldn't have whatever. And so so this year now everyone wants to book us as you would call us.
The
the
dynamic.
dynamic duo.
Duo.
Because you see what you guys really bring to the table too. It's like a man and a woman. You guys have two different vibes that works good together. I don't
Yeah.
know if it would work good with two men or even two women. But having a man and a woman that both knows what they're talking about, that what works. You understand?
Yes,
And the
yes.
chemistry besides you guys too.
I think last year at Jerkfest, they got a taste of what me and Nikki is capable of doing. Like, they're like, oh. They were like, oh. And then this year, like, damn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because this year, I think we kind of knocked it out the park in terms of not only our presentation, but how we dressed, how we carried ourselves, how we handled ourselves, how we presented the guests. You know what I mean? How we spoke on the mic.
What
you know
people
what I mean?
like about, I think, with both of us, we're non-problematic. We're not above ourselves.
Yeah.
We're humble in our craft. I can speak for Linky. I mean, the
Sometimes I
things
share
that
the
goes-
attention for me. She's like,
Yeah.
yo, partner, what you do? Come on.
Yeah,
You're
right?
too laid back.
Yeah.
Backstage is a lot going on.
Yep,
a lot
a lot.
going on.
Yep.
And then we have to deal with all that. But then when we enter on stage, it's like, okay, that never happened. And we just shoot and we go, right? And a lot of promoters and producers and whatever, they look for that. They don't want a host that's going to be nangy, yingy, yangy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they just want us to deal with the show. Basically, at this point, it's a stage manager and the host. It's our show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, I agree 100%. So even what was that like getting the phone call for Big Jerk Fest where you guys just going to host the first night with Massacre, the first night? 'Cause remember, you said you guys interviewed him, his first interview.
Right.
So then now this is dancehall. We do dances with a couple hundred people. You might get 1,000, you might get 2,000. But now Jerk Fest, this has been going on for like probably 20 years now. What was that like now getting this call from a Jerk Fest? You want us to come and do what? What was that call?
Damn. So this is my third year doing it. This is Nikki's second year, right? So when they called me the first year, they had Curly Crawford. You remember, Curly Crawford? Yes, Curly Crawford and I forgot the lady's name. Oh my God, I still remember. But they had two hosts. So they never booked me for the Friday night, which I think they had Keith Sweat or somebody like that at the time.
That was when they were doing more of the R&B
Yes.
type of
Right,
stuff
right.
on the
Yeah,
Friday.
so that was a Friday, right? So believe me, I thought I was going to the military or I was going to get a government job because I had to submit so many things. I had to submit my bio. I had to submit a video of me, other events that I did, and I had to submit it like previous events that I did, right? And then I had to send them to my website for them to vet me. Then they had to have
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So then they had to have a meeting and
Yeah.
they called me back and they're like, okay, we heard good things about you. We saw what you're doing, so you're good to go. So come in on the Saturday. So when I came in on the Saturday, for me, this is how I am. I like to watch and observe. So I was soaking up everything from Curly Crawford. Showed the Curly Crawford. He never hid nothing from me. He showed me everything. Showed me. And I was watching. I was, you know what I mean? And he called me out and said, "Linky, come." You know, he pushed me in the front and, you know what I mean? And I learned and I watched. And I'm like, okay. And then I worked my magic. But when I got the call the second year, and then I mentioned, because this is when they want to do dancehall now. So they were asking me for a female. Then I mentioned Pari. I feel like she older me, but
It's a good obvious.
and I mentioned Pari. And then one of the stage managers like, yes, you know what? I was thinking about Nikki and yeah, you guys did a show together. But yeah, yo, she's good, blah, blah, blah. And then when they call me back and say, yo, this is who is going to be performing. And then we got in contact with Nikki and she's only available to do the Friday. I'm like, that's cool. Again, for me, when I don't get excited easily. Like, I don't know if something in my blood, but I don't get excited easily. But when you put me in front of 10,000 people, I'm just ready, I'm itchy.
You're ready.
I'm just ready.
Yeah.
But in terms of like, the other day, a little bit off topic, the other day, me and Nick's a reason. And she's like, yo, Pari, like this Bounty Killer show is a big show, you know, Pari. Like, I can't wait. She's like, Pari, you not excited? I'm like, yeah, but... She's like, no, I don't care.
Yeah.
This is a big thing, but I'm used to her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's her way of, you know,
Hyping myself
Hyping you up.
yeah,
hyping.
you know what I mean?
Let's go. Let's go.
That's just her way of like, you know, Linky, I need to get this shit out. I'm ready. Let's do this. And then when she looked to her left, I'm there. I'm like, yeah. So getting that call from Jerkfest, it was great because I dreamt of this moment. I visioned this moment. I told myself, this is where I want to be. This is what I want to do. I love dancehall. I love parties. But this festival, these type of events, corporate events,
Which is still branching from dancehall. You know, the dancehall is my everything, right?
100%.
And so I have to also big up Rodeo Promo because through him I have been doing
Yep.
stage shows as well. TJ was one of my biggest forward when I did TJ.
Okay.
When he came up and I introduced him on stage, you're like, Nikki, no man, that intro wicked. You know, when he was nice and chubby.
Right. Okay.
Right. I did Shensia when she just bust at a banquet hall. And there wasn't a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember
Yeah,
that.
Shensia, and I did her. I did Spice when she used to be skinny and dark in a blue dress. I still remember that long bridesmaid blue dress. So it's been, I've been doing it for a little bit of, and as I keep doing it, I keep getting better and better and better. But I've introduced a few big reggae artists.
A lot of them, I think I think we forgot this one too. What we did on Street Talk. We interviewed Morgan Heritage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even our local Anthony Malvo, we did him. We did our friend there, Kirk Diamond, Esco Levi,
and
Isus.
And you see, Tula, this is very important. When me and Nikki we were doing Street Talk, we were not afraid or shy to highlight our locals.
100%.
Yes.
Even though we were getting the big names as they land there coming to Street Talk, we were always, especially me and Nikki, were always, our locals. You know what I mean? We
Never leave them out.
Yeah, we were always supporting them and like cheering for them. So, some good vibes.
No,
Yeah.
you have to listen. You have to remember, we play in a global field. That's cool, but you have to remember we're from Toronto
Yes.
first and foremost.
Yes.
So, okay, yes, we're getting these crazy big artists, but we still have our people them here that's doing crazy things.
Yes.
You understand? So we have to work together. So, okay, I might get 10 big artists, then my Canadian friend comes in. Another 5 big artists, then my Canadian friend comes in. That's what you have to do. That's how we're going to get to the world and move things to the way they need to move.
And even that too, Nix, we interviewed a lot of artists that are big now, but then they weren't big. Iwata,
Yes.
Intense,
Yes.
Jamil. You know what I mean? A lot of those acts we interviewed.
They just started out and now they're big
years
now.
ago.
Like I'm just thinking about Shensia. Like I'm thinking, oh my God, even Spice inside Duat Banquet Hall. Is it either Duat or Oh my God, the banquet halls changed so much. But Spice was this little skinny, dark skinned girl, but vibes. And I can't, and Shen said the same thing. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, look at this girl now. Don't think they remember me, but it's okay.
But to me, that's what I always like. I always like to see the come up where you started here,
Yes.
and then you turned into this monster. To me, that's always
Yes.
what I like to see.
That's me
you
too.
Understand?
I
Whether
love
you
it.
remember me from beginning or not, I like to see from ground swell right up. You see, when you see that, it's always amazing. You look different. Okay, now you have a stylist. You could sing better. You're holding the mic properly. It's just to see those things really make me smile.
Yes, yes.
And I
Which
mean-
is why I was so hyped for the Bunty show, because I'm thinking, we've worked for this, Linky. We deserve this, you know? Let's go out and kick ass, you know, the kind of thing.
Definitely.
And it's not a boast thing, because I'm sure there's a lot of MCs and hosts out there that are great, but I just feel like, you know, I've put in so much work. Like, it's time for me to shine. It's time for us to shine.
Yeah, not a problem. Okay, we brought it up a couple times, Bounty, because there's a couple things I want to ask you about that show.
Okay.
All right? You definitely know. That call there now, because I remember, this is Killer's first time in 20 years. He's now coming up with Sham, that's a crowd favorite. Dexter Daps, that's a crowd favorite. Mr. Killer, which is a stage god, and
Yes.
another crowd favorite also. Too. When you guys get the call, again, I'm not even going to ask you because you say you don't really get excited. Nikki, this one is for you in particular. When you got that call in particular, said, yo, this is the lineup, this is what we're doing. How did you feel getting that call?
Do you know what? At first, it was like, okay, because the promoter's been talking about getting Bunty here.
For 10 years.
For 10 years.
No,
No,
literally.
for real.
No,
He's been talking about it
100%,
forever.
bro.
It's the truth.
No.
And
As
it's
funny
like,
as it sounds,
he
bro,
says,
it's been
Nikki,
10 years,
I'm
bro.
telling you, you're going to be on the show. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. And I said, okay. Now, I didn't start getting hype until I realized that it's really going to happen.
Right.
And then the streets are talking. And everybody's like, Nikki, you're on the Bunty show. You're on the Bunty show. And I'm like, this is real. You know, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks, which is when I started getting excited. I'm like, yo, this is really going to happen, you know. And then to see the other artists that are crowd favorites, as you said, that are coming with them, I'm like, wow, this is actually happening for us.
Yeah. You, Linky, again, as you said, you don't really get excited, but I want to hear what was in your
But
mind.
it's the
when you
same
got
the
call.
same thing as Nick's, where the promoter reached out to me from about February.
Literally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, we've been conversing.
Yeah.
I say, yo, you're booked. And then he told me about Nick. So I'm like, okay, good. So I know I have a great partner in crime, so I'm good. You know what I mean? As for the following lineup, because I did a show 2 years or 3 years ago called 2, 4, and the 6, which was Jada Kingdom, Bungie Garlin, and Dexter Daps.
Yeah, at the same place.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Malcolm Fairground. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was a big show for me as well. You know what I mean? So seeing Dexter that, when I know the energy that he brings, and I did a show with Mr. Killer once. I think I did a show with him in a banquet hall a couple of years ago. Him and Young Brother. She said, "Take it easy."
So
So
was
I
a
just
full
did but Young
soca
Brother
show.
as well.
yeah.
Okay. That was the at the same
Dear
place in
Summer.
Markham there. Yes.
Dear Summer.
So I did the Young Brother probably like 3 years ago. You know what I mean? When he was just, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I did that show, and then I'm like, all right, Bounty Killer. And I started to reminisce now. Back then, we're going to school. I have a good friend now. He's an MP now, Wave Alliance. Congrats to Wave Alliance within in Clarendon, PMP. He was a Bounty Killer fan. I was a Beanie Man fan. So we used to rate it. They had, you know what I mean? And even I did the Beanie Man show too. That was my biggest thing, Nikki.
Oh, how could we forget that?
Yes, it was the same promoters that did
Yes.
the Dexter Daps.
That was my big, that was for me.
Yeah.
That's when I felt like,
yeah,
God.
when Beanie Man actually came back.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Fruition? Is that what it's called?
Fruition, yes,
Fruition,
Nick.
yeah.
Yes,
that was with
Fruition.
him, Alkaline.
Him and Alkaline and
Gypsy.
Oh?
Was it Gypsy?
No, not Egyptian. Who else was
Beanie
there?
Man, Alkaline.
Beanie Man, Alkaline,
Sanchez?
not Sanchez. Who else was there? I'm gonna have to probably look it up.
I wasn't hosting. I was just there.
You were doing interviews.
Interviews. I was doing interviews.
And he had one of the guys from OVO that was a part of it too. That was rapping. He had a mixture. He has the African shows. He had the hip hop. But that for me is when I really got excited.
The Beanie Man.
Yeah. God, that is my DJ. You know what I mean? And prior to that, I've been around Beenie Man before, sit down with reason and talk. But like how Nikki said, it hit her like a ton of brick. It hit me, what I'm saying. It brought me back to when I was leaving Portmore Mall. Because back then, when you Portmore, you go Portmore Mall on Boxing Day. Parties, and when the mall closed, 3-4 o'clock, I used to walk back to Waterford.
Okay.
But you would stop at Portsmouth where Sting is keeping. And I used to sit outside of Sting. Not no money for going. I sit and I will listen, I'll watch Papa San and Lieutenant Stitchie. And then when the gate fly, I'm gone in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I used to do that for years and for years. And then I watch Beenie Man now, and I'm an artist. And I'm saying, shit.
He's an entertainer.
Linky, you're really introducing Beenie Man on stage. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
A full circle moment.
Yeah,
Full
you know what I mean?
circle, yeah.
So I could relate to what Nikki was saying. That was my, damn.
Yeah.
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 Right there. Okay. Great show. Bounty Killer, great show. Demarco. What had happened with that situation? Because again, you guys have a different vantage point of seeing what's
Let me
going
take
on
a sip
than
again.
us in the crowd.
Take a
a sip, Linky. You know what I mean?
It's like we were watching a movie unfold in front of our eyes. Like it was just unreal, you know. Because we saw Bunty's doing his thing. He's bringing on his artists coming on stage. And then out of nowhere, here comes Demarco on stage. Boop, boop, boop. Get a big forward. It was good. But at this point, I think Bunty was already agitated because he wanted to continue on.
Right.
That's how I see it, right? So when Demarco came and he looked and he saw Demarco and kind of turned 2 times and turned him back. And Demarco tried to heal him up and he didn't do it. It's like, whoa, what's going on? Links. And then, I don't know what the brightness took Demarco. Demarco, I love you. Put on the rhythm.
Bro, that was the fatal
How you
mistake,
gonna,
bro.
yeah, like, how you gonna
Fatal.
change
Well,
the man
fatality.
music?
But Nix, you know, I saw it play by play.
Play by play. Yeah, we
Like, I
did.
saw when all right, so Bunty had a youth named Esco that was doing backups for him. Right? So willful, skillful just don't perform. I'm watching everything. But I didn't see Demarco. So Demarco come out and take the mic. From Esco, because Esco is doing the backup. As Nikki said, him sing and him bust the place. But while he's doing it, I'm looking at Bounty.
Like this.
And Bounty's like, so Bounty's giving Esco the look like, what are you doing?
How did he get the mic?
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, so I'm watching.
But I don't know if you noticed, both of us were like this.
Okay. I'll give you either one. You see where Esco was standing? He was right beside one of the guys. I think they were either playing keyboards or
Yes.
something.
Yes.
You see, after he got the mic and he seen what was going on with DeMarco, the look on the man's face was
Yo.
problem.
Listen,
Bunty
Go
turned
back
his
and look at that video.
And he
You'll
went like
see
this.
him.
His mouth went like this. No, put on the rhythm.
Yo, but Nix, the funny part is that when this is, and a lot of people didn't catch this. When Demarco bust the place and him walk across the stage and come back and him look and say, my general, and Bounty Killer said, Demarco.
That was his cue.
All right.
That was his cue to
I
just
thank
end
you.
it.
I thank
That
you.
was his cue. You're going
I
to talk
thank
about
you.
put on the rhythm.
I thank you.
Yeah, that was his cue to say, listen.
Bounty had enough. He was like,
Yeah.
yo, let's go.
Let's go.
Get off the stage. Let me continue with my set. Again, time was running out.
Timers, and he had like maybe 3 more on his thing to go. But because he was that pissed off, he did 1 and draw for the ladies, try to do the ladies tune. That didn't really do much because he was already angry.
Yep. Cross.
You know what I'm saying? So that didn't really fly at all.
And the funny thing, I told my brothers about that before it went viral.
Yeah.
I told them when we were going to get food that night, I'm like, yo, shit never went well on stage with DeMarco.
It never went well.
It's like, what are you talking about? Like, you'll see.
Yo, DeMarco just kept smiling and then kept backing up and kept backing up and he kept smiling and kept backing up until he
But
So the way how he told the story on his live is exactly how it played out. No word, he did not tell a word of lie, but he had to do that because boy, that never looked good.
I don't know what got into DeMarco though. Like
It was Run Panani that was everybody could know that right there, bro, that was the problem when you
On
want
the
to
man
change
show?
rhythm.
But you know
Bro,
what?
work
For
with
me,
whatever rhythm you have.
honestly, I didn't hear him say run. Maybe he said, but I didn't hear it. But
Yeah.
I know he said run that rhythm.
No, man.
No,
run
he
the
said
punani.
he said Panani.
Run the
Right?
punani
Yeah, yeah.
rhythm.
And again, because I'm watching Bounty,
Yeah.
I would like Bounty's walk like him here, like, no.
No.
So I'm watching the killer.
Mm-hmm.
So the kid, like, when he heard that, he's like, what? And he went up to the drummer and said, no. No, really. I was like,
No punani rhythm.
Yeah.
but again, it goes back to what Nikki's saying. Like, there's so many things happening on stage and behind stage that we as the hosts,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, and I can let me segue a little bit into even Jerkfest on Saturday. I don't know if you were there on a Saturday.
Okay.
And the Nick's wasn't there, but the generator kept chipping out. The generator kept chipping out on the Saturday like 8-9 times, and people was just being impatient and blah. And then when the generator came back, you know what happened? Somebody fainted.
So it's a lot of things.
So
going on.
I know I had to do crowd control
Crowd
and
control.
blah,
Even at
blah,
the
blah.
Bunty show, we
Yeah.
had like 4 different incidents happening at the same
Yep.
time, and they wanted us to interrupt when Bunty was on to talk. Was it Bunty or one of the big artists was on there? They wanted me to tell them to stop to announce
Yeah.
where, and I was like, how do we
Can't
do that?
Yeah.
We can't interrupt the
Once they're in their
performance,
element,
you
you
know.
have to just
No,
let
you
You have
them
to
go.
let them be.
Exactly,
And that's the thing. We have to learn. We learn how to read cues. You know what I'm saying? We can't just interrupt an artist because you have to know when to interject.
Right.
You know,
100%.
and so it doesn't interrupt their flow as well, right? And entertain, because the audience out there don't know what's going on. So for us, you know, to interject and to stop, it disturbs the audience.
100%.
It spoils the performance of the artist, and then we get the backlash. So you have
Also,
to know.
it makes the show looks a little bit shaky.
Shaky,
Yeah,
unorganized.
like you don't really know what you're doing back there, because
yeah.
your job is to be a professional. You're almost like the face of the show when you're the host. You know what I mean? Even though there's a million different things going on,
Yeah.
you're the face. You're the one that's supposed to keep them calm, keep them entertained until the artist, whoever they paid to come see, is coming on. So
Yeah.
your job is to make it look professional. and good
Professional,
at
yeah,
all
and keep it
times.
together.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
I know you guys just did Jamaica Day the other day too. That was the last big festival you guys did for the summer. You guys did. It was Vegas that was on when you
Vegas,
guys did it.
yep.
How was Jamaica Day? Listen, the cues between the two of you guys is freaking crazy, bro. You guys have special names for each other, a look, a smile, a laugh, and you know what's going on.
All right. So for Jamaica Day, I believe that considering that they had to switch the time because of the Bunty show, they had to, you know, postpone it for a later time, which made, you know, weather. We live in Canada, so the weather situation.
When she said
So-
time, she means date.
Date.
Yeah, yeah,
You have
okay.
to switch it. Yeah. Thanks. So, weather situation had our audience or our patrons coming out a little bit later than, you know, normal. Jamaica Day will be packed at a certain time of the day, right? People are coming out because they love their culture. And so besides the late crowd and the weather,
It was a little bit chilly.
it was a little bit chilly. I think they tried their best for the organization. The whole, you know, organization part was, for me, was okay. You know, like I think they tried to put it together as much as they could, you know, when it comes to terms of getting their vendors,
Right.
getting a proper venue, you know, getting the right accolades, because they did have the mayor come out,
Yep.
and they had the councillors come
Yeah,
out, and the MPPs
Yep.
come out. You know, so there it's a stapled event in the community
Right.
that we look forward for every year. So besides the fact that, you know, the weather wasn't good and patrons came out late, and we had our glitch and glats behind stage, you know, it was a good production.
It was.
It was a good production. In terms of hosting, I don't believe we need 5 or 4 hosts on one event. If that's the case, I think they need to put us in segments. If you know that,
Oh, so they try to have a couple of you guys on the stage at the exact same time?
apparently, or the other hosts that were there did not know their time slot or the full assignment. So basically, they were there from the beginning and throughout. But it creates a confusion, a disorganization when we have more than two hosts that knows what they're doing together, and four different individual, it makes it hard
Right.
to deliver and to for it to run. So that was my only concern about having more than two hosts being on stage at the same time.
Got you.
Yeah.
What was your insight?
Take a sip.
Linky. Listen, because one thing I know, especially in this conversation, that Nikki, she'll give you more of the political, nice answer. Okay, this is how it is. Linky, now he just wants to go, but Nikki is kind of just looking at him like, "Yo, easy yourself." Nah,
That's why certain questions, like that's why we work. That's why we work good together. Like certain things, she know when to pick up, and she give me the look. How are you dealing with this? You know what I mean? So the next time, leader. To follow up, to piggyback what Nick said, you know what I mean? The vibe was nice. You know what I mean? There was a little bit of disorganization in terms of the host. When we got there, there was way too many hosts there. You know what I mean? And also the fact that they had me and Nikki on the Saturday, and there was only one main act, which was Mr. Vegas, correct? We had a couple local acts doing their thing, you know what I mean? But we made the best of it. The crowd came out late, but it was a good crowd.
It was,
It was a very
good crowd. Very
good
interactive.
Yes, very good crowd. You know what I mean? The vibes was nice. You know what I mean? Despite how we started, it eventually became great. You know what I mean? Whether shout out our other three hosts
that were there.
Shout out Clean Boss. Shout out MC Crazy Chris. And
MC Crazy Chris is an MC, not so much a host.
Yes.
And he does a great job.
Great job.
We had DJ Deem.
Yeah.
He has
MC
a good
Deems.
MC Deems. He has a good voice. And then here comes Clean Boss, where he's in dancehall as well, and trying to make his way on the big stage. And so when sometimes when you don't work with on a big platform before, it becomes like you're trying to prove your point that I can do this.
You're
so it becomes a yin and a yang. Yeah, it becomes a yin and a yang. And no shades to Clean Boss. It's just that it makes it harder for Linky and I to kind of do what we do without making you feel away. You know what I'm trying to say? Because we have to be directing now. Okay, Clean Boss, you do this part, and we do this part. Or Clean Boss, you go out in the audience and we'll direct whatever. And I don't want to be anyone's boss, because that's not our job. We're there to host an event. And I felt like we were like trying to tell him what to do when it's not our job to do that. They should have organized it better. The organization itself should have organized it better so that we know, okay, this is our time slot to be on stage. This is their time slot to be on stage. Yada, yada.
A lot of time it's growing pains, you know what I mean?
It is.
Definitely.
She said it best. That's what she likes.
Once I see you take a sip, I said,
take over part.
Because a lot of people don't know that besides you guys are media personalities, you guys are hosts also for shows. You guys are also promoters too. You know what I mean? You're wearing your shirt, take a sip.
Yep.
You're part of that organization. I know you do White and Bright, and I know your birthday is coming up.
Lady of
October.
Elegance.
Yeah.
And I also do my live on Monday nights. Let's talk.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I say. You guys, media, promoter, and host. How is it wearing? Is it difficult or easy wearing so many different hats where you're going to have to be in different zones? Because you on your live is not going to be the same person on the stage or as a promoter. Just like you. How is it to wear so many different hats?
You want to go first, thanks?
It all interlocks with everything. So me being on the live versus being in dancehall as a promoter and being on stage, I think everything is like a blending pot that it comes together and it makes it whole. Because you take a little bit of this and put it here, and take a little bit of that and put it there. So being in dancehall, hosting in dancehall, being a promoter in dancehall, it's almost work simultaneously with being on stage. Right?
For me personally, I love it.
Yeah.
Because it keeps me busy. You know what I mean? And I love media. You know what I mean? I love being in front of a mic. I love entertaining, but most importantly, educating. You know what I mean? Because even with my show on a Tuesday, it's called Street Talk. Again, it's on iLive Radio, but I do it on my Instagram, but I'm gonna move from Instagram. I'm gonna go to TikTok. Like Instagram keeps I don't even
Messing
get-
up. I'm not getting my life save anymore.
Me too. So-
Nothing is saving. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
My
So-
last 3 big shows, I had Tifa interview, no good. I had a few big interviews so far that
Yeah, so I'm thinking to go to is either I go to TikTok or I go link up with my party and we create history and do something bigger. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But
YouTube is there too, YouTube is really where the game is played.
I
Yeah.
think so.
When it comes to live,
yeah,
YouTube.
So I'm thinking probably going into the fall. Sorry, into the what we're going into the fall.
Yeah.
Into the fall, I might do something different. You know what I mean? Probably link up next and do something. But for me, wearing so many hats, I love it. You know what I mean? Because this is a feel that I love. You know what I mean? Take a sip. August the 2nd is going to be 1 year since we've
You're
launched.
doing it, and that really did take off.
Yeah.
I'm not participating as much as I want to because of work. That's why I want to say, like, having to do so much things in media, I wish I didn't have to have a regular job so that I can focus more. And I think the brand would have been bigger if I were able to have the time to put into it. Like learning the craft more, like editing and reaching out to different entity to make sure that it's working. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't have that leisure time.
You're 100% right. But one of the things that I've learned, because even myself, Nick, sometimes I say that to myself, but who is going to do it for us? Like, who is going to do it for us?
If we don't do it ourselves,
You know what I
right?
mean? So I've come to terms where back then I used to be like, yo, if I could get somebody like Muscle to edit this for me, and back then I would send Muscle a picture and say, Muscle, just put these words on it, and you know what I mean? And I'm like, and I learned this long time ago, but it just registered to me like 3 years ago. I remember when I started doing Links in the Streets, before it was even a radio station, I used to go to Mookie and Dre. And whenever there's an artist or whosoever, I'll call them and they will pull up. Then one day Dre said to me, yo, bro, and Mookie's like, yo, bro, we can't pull up every time you call.
Yeah.
Because we have our things to do. Like, it was a bittersweet moment in terms of, it was a reality check.
realization.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
The
Like,
light bulb went off, said, oh.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I always say this, I respected them for that. Because they could have went a different avenue in terms of not answering my calls and like, but they told me as a man, like, this is what it is. And it had me thinking. That's what I said, you know what, let me do the radio station where I'm in control and
They come to you.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's a thing where, for me personally, Take a Sip is a brand. Linky Links is a brand. You know what I mean? The Celebrity Host is a brand. You know what I mean? Me and Nikki hype together. So outside of the Right Type, outside of Linky Links, us together is a brand.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I personally think that work. Like, keep my mind going. And as you said earlier, before the cameras start rolling, it's like, now is a perfect time to capitalize on what we have. You know what I mean? So I have to just put pen to paper, and me and Nix have to just sit in. Even she's doing her thing, I'm doing my thing, you know what I mean? And we try to capitalize on what we have, because the other day, me and Nix, we were talking, and we're like, Nix was saying to me, he's like, yo, Links, Par, you know some people that say, yo, we are downplay ourselves and we are superstar and we act like we're a superstar. And Par is like, but Links, we are. You know what I mean? She's like, Par, we are. I'm like, really? She's like, yeah, we are, Links. Like, what are you talking about? Like, these big shows is us.
Our names are being called in rooms that we never expected them to be called, right?
No.
Yeah. And so I feel like, I mean, even though maybe our friends don't recognize that that's what we are, we have a title out there. People are listening to us. And it's just for us to know this and act accordingly. And at the same time, be humbled with what we've achieved, over the years, and know that this is our time to step forward. It's not a bragging thing. It's that time.
Yeah, definitely. I got 2 more before we wrap up here. You guys really cut your teeth in dancehall, hardcore dancehall, banquet hall and all. How is dancehall right now in 2025, the Toronto dancehall scene? Is it in a good place? It needs some fixing up? What is a Toronto
It
dancehall
needs
looking
fixing,
like
man,
right
I
now?
lie. It need a wally for fixing.
All right, let me take this one first.
Yes, take it.
All right. So I don't really get as much bookings as I normally would in dancehall. And the few bookings that I get, I'm thankful for it. You know what I mean? But one of the things that I personally think that we need to improve on in dancehall is taking risk in our music selections. You know what I mean? I think not all, but
When you say music selection, are we speaking about the DJs?
Yes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I think that is that is not the only thing that makes up our dancehall, but that when I leave, you also go out to go for listen to music. I don't want you to jug, you don't want the type of party. You know what I mean? You go to Lady of Elegance, you expect to hear a certain type of selections, a certain type of vibes. You know what I mean? And I've heard I think when I'm on mic here, somebody posted that all the parties are the same in terms of the juggling. You know what I mean? And this is just my personal opinion. There's a lot of talented DJs in Toronto. Like a lot of talented DJs. And I don't know about Nix, I can't vouch for her, but when you go to Jamaica and when you go here, it's a different type of vibes.
Totally.
Different type of vibe.
It's always going to be a different type of vibe because it's Jamaica, right?
But what makes it different though? Not because it's a country, it's the selection of the music. So if you go Uptown Mondays, and you go Weddy, and then you come to say for example, take us if we go to a White and Bright, and we have the same music that the selectors have in Jamaica that is being played here in Toronto. What is the difference? Is it the presentation of the music? Is it how they juggle the music? Is it the fact that they talk too much? Because I can't tell you this, nobody not talk like the selector in Jamaica.
It's
Yo,
true.
listen, and their mouth is big, bro.
Yes.
Listen,
Okay.
the selector could be shot like this or tall like this. You see, when they open their mouth, the whole place is hearing it.
Yeah, the whole place.
Yeah.
So I think it's more like investing, as you say, taking risk, right? So starting from the sound system sometimes need to really fix up. The DJs now really have to start studying their craft a lot more, like, working on their craft, not going in and do the same top 10 every week that gives you money pull up. Money pull up is also a situation, right? But I feel like there's so much different top 10s that they can tap into, right? But what I hear from speaking in defense of the DJs that when they come at 11 o'clock, there's no one there. So the patrons are also to blame. It's like a melting pot, right? If the patrons are not there, what can you really play? So
You have a laptop with 10,000 songs.
I was just about to say
you
that.
no, I
must
get what you're
must-
saying.
I
You
was
can
just-
play
anything,
but,
boss.
I mean,
Anything.
and then but the thing is, when you're there from 11 o'clock and there's no one there, and you play blah blah blah, the boat ride music, all of that. Now everyone comes at 1 o'clock. Now you're 4 DJs on this thing. That how long can you really play?
I'm gonna say something to you. When me and you work, we did Bounty Killer show. Perfect example. It was a sun hot, and they sent us out. Probably like 30 people in the venue.
Yes.
Our vibes was here.
with the 30 people.
With the 30 people.
Can I tell you?
It's true.
Nix was like, Pari, what's wrong with you? I could see that she was ready to kill. I was like, you know what? I'm Pari ready to work. Because I'm a more chill person. She's more like, yo, Pari, let's go. And she was on 10 with 30 people and the sun was hot. I was like, damn, Nix, all right, let's do this, girl. You know what I mean? So it goes back to what she was saying. So if a DJ comes in now, and the reason why I'm drawing this comparison is because she doesn't have an ego. She's not like, I'm not going to wait until 5,000 people come to them say the real Nikki hype or Linky Links. If a 5 people, they're going to see us talking shit, entertaining. She's troubling me. She's clowning me. I'm clowning her. We are entertaining 5,000, 10,000. So I think with the DJs, 100 people, 250,
10.
doesn't know you come to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're working.
Come prepared to work.
You're working.
Yeah.
You know what I
Whether
mean?
your time slot is 11 or 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Know your position.
I don't
and
think
play
that's
it
always in
well.
a bad spot right now, but it could be better.
Could be better.
Could be better.
Risk needs to be taken. The venues are expensive, and we sometimes that promoters focus on that so much that we forget some of the other entities that we really need to bring into the party, the event itself. And the DJs again really need to start going in their laptops and having
free
their
tickets
segments
and so-
ready. Free tickets,
free
true.
tickets,
That's
the free
another.
tickets,
That's
the free
another
tickets.
thing.
To me,
What's muscle face?
free tickets one thing, yeah, but to me, a real big problem where I find dance hall can't grow is when you put venue coming soon. You see that venue coming soon, boss? That
You don't
is
like
a
that?
What? I hate that, bro. You know how many calls I get? Because remember, I'm basically the conduit between the promoter and the people
patrons.
coming.
Right.
You understand? So you get, where's it going to be? Where's it going to be? Where's it going to be? Somebody might live in Ajax. They want to go to a dance, but then promoter release a date 24 hours before. Oh, it's in Brampton. It's so far. The people, I can't get all the way out there. When you put out your flyer, put out your venue same time. That's what I find is the biggest problem. Oh, venue coming soon. Oh, 24
You think that's the
hours.
biggest problem? I don't think so.
No, trust me.
I don't believe so.
Take it from, okay. Biggest
For
problem,
that-
one of the biggest problem that you guys might not see. You understand? When you're
Okay.
in it, that's something different, but you might not see.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because remember, my job is to talk to promoters all day, every day.
Yes, yes.
I say, bro, what about when are you going to put out the venue? What they keep telling me is, oh, people are bad mind. They're going to tell police. And I say, bro, if you're in this type of job and you're worrying about bad mind, leave that job. Because bad mind can't, they're going to call police. So what's it real? Fix up your business then. Do something where if you're dealing with the general public, let the general public know where they're going so they could prepare accordingly. That is a big, big problem.
Yeah. Something that we definitely need to look
I've
into.
never heard that one before, Muscle, but we have
All
to
the
look at
time.
it.
No, I heard it before though, but I was just thinking that, for our dancehall community, it's best that you put it out the week before the event. I don't know why, but I mean, I get what you're saying.
I
Patrons
always-
want to prepare, but for a musical festival like, Rebel, we know that the concert's
think
going to be at Rebel. It's going to be at Markham
sometimes the promoter
Fairground.
doesn't get the
The venue until
Boss,
approximately
at
the
the end
time.
of the day, the decor in dancehall right now is freaking crazy off the
Yeah,
chain.
off
The
the
screens,
chain,
all of
sorry.
these stuff there are off the chain. If you're going to invest so much money, boss, so much money, you can't at least tell the people or get your venue first. Because remember, these dances aren't costing $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. We're talking about multiples of tens of thousands of dollars. Get your venue and do your thing. Or am I being too enough? Am I asking for too much?
promoters, courtesy of Two Line Music Hut, Muscle,
We need to put out
need to put out the venue.
The venues.
We need to do better.
But remember, you guys are promoters too, so I'm talking to
we
you guys
also
too,
have
as
venue
well as them.
issues.
I have my
Muscle,
birthday
muscle.
party coming up.
Muscle, you know what? We have venue issues. We have venue
that's
issues
true.
where it's hard to find a venue we can pay not the $10,000 or the $8,000, right? Because really and truly, that's what takes the big chunk of money out of our pockets, right? And so we're fishing around for venues that the party's not there last week, the week before, the week before, the week before. I'm trying to make sure that I have an event at a venue where, it's not so busy, the traffic is not flowing through. Because remember, whatever happens this week, ricochet on what happens next
for
week.
sure.
And so that's one of the problem, right? Where we're trying to say, okay, boy, I don't really want to go where that party's keeping, but it's a cheaper place, and that's the hesitation that I have when booking a venue. Right now, a venue have two different venue have $2,000 for me, $1,000 each, because I switched from that venue to find another venue. And when you give them your deposit, they don't want to give it back. They're holding on to it.
Yeah.
So for White and Bright, I switched from one location to the next, and that person still have my $1,000, not giving it back to me. Last year, the same thing caught me. I gave one venue $1,000, and I had to switch from that venue and go to another venue, and they still have my $1,000. They're not giving it back. So that's the delay sometimes why we take so long to get, find a venue that we're comfortable with, and to put it out there.
I hear you guys loud and clear, but Nikki, Linky, do everything one time and done and call it a day.
You know what?
understand?
My birthday is coming up November 14th. I'm going to try to get the venue out. on the flyer.
Brilliant 46. And Lady of Elegance is before that, October 5th. I'm going to try and put the venue out. It's a Sunday evening. So I'm trying to do like a cocktail early dinner settings. And then
Brunch
leading
type
into
of
the party
vibes.
starts from 6 to 8 is cocktails and dinner. And then right into the party. And, early Sunday evening, you can go home at 1 o'clock. We don't have to stay out there till 3 a.m. in the morning.
Good vibes.
That's what I'm doing.
You're good to go.
Good to go.
All right. Last one I have here, and I thought about this. I'm a real thinker. I like to think.
I see that. I see that.
I said, all right.
I see the cap turned backwards. So I know
I
it's
said,
the brain
Linky
is very...
coming. Nikki's coming. Perfect opportunity. I've been in media now for 7 years. I've been in business now for 29. Next year is going to make it 30 years. I haven't been on any one of you guys' platforms. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Ever.
I was thinking about
This
it
is
the
the
other day.
second time both of you guys
Yep.
are here. Now I could ask you, why have I never been on any of you guys? I don't want to invite now, I just want to know why.
You know what? For me personally, I spoke about this 3 years ago with Taz. You know what I mean? And I wanted to do an invite to you, but again, this is no excuse. I'm just telling you what we spoke about.
Let me tell you, I'm intimidated by you.
No.
I'm intimidated. I
No,
don't think my
no.
platform. Let me tell you, I'm just a why. I don't think my platform is big enough for you, and
What are
that's
you
one of the.
talking
I don't know.
about?
Really?
Yeah, I just never.
No.
I can't
I'm thinking
believe this.
myself.
No,
I don't know if you would. Really
I personally, I wanted a sit down one-on-one with Muscle. But what messed with me is that when I left, not when I left, but when iLive Radio closed down, and I started doing it from home, because I wanted to bring you in studio at iLive Radio, right? And I said to Taz, I'm like, yo, I need to interview Muscle. And I had the questions ready for you, bro.
Oh my god!
I had it ready for you.
Yeah.
But iLive, they closed down. So that's why it kind of... Yeah, but I always wanted you on my platform, bro.
I'm not saying you did or you didn't. Again,
I'm telling you
my,
why.
my thing is always about Met. I like the Met.
Yeah.
Whenever you guys usually see me, that's why you guys see me either by myself or with my wife.
Yeah.
One-way person.
Yeah.
Like to really observing is my strongest skill ever. Like to look. I said, okay, why is it? And Nikki's saying she's intimidated. Are you drunk, Nikki, bro?
I'm busted. Never heard that one before.
Honestly,
I thought about it.
and I don't have a studio yet. I have a studio now. Thank God. But before, I was at home, as like Linky said. So I'm like, why would I?
Yeah,
invite
honestly,
him?
because
Well,
I went,
you could hit me on Instagram live, and
know.
I'll push accept and I'll.
for me, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't want that.
Yeah.
I wanted to
A sit down, right?
because I wanted to get in your brain and bro, I have the questions for you,
Yeah.
bro. I was gonna pick your brain like a
Yeah, a bird picking
bro.
on
I'm
wood.
telling you, I was ready for you,
woodpecker
bro.
picking on wood.
You know what I mean? So that's my thing. You know what I mean? I wanted to bring you in iLive
and
Radio.
bring it because it deserves proper, right?
No, man. I
Professionalism.
must need a proper interview.
Yeah, man.
We can't get well, no disrespect to my IG people that I interviewed, but what I visioned with Muscle was a sit down and me and him a chop it up. And that's what I said. And I said it, I think I called Muscle probably last year, and I'm like, and he was very welcome. He's like, yo, Linky, come on. I wanted to do my show here where you will produce it or edit it and stuff like that. But because I live in Beijing and you live, you know what I mean? So that is what it was for me. But Muscle, I always thought about you, bro. You're my dog.
Yeah, come on, bro.
You're
That's
highly
why
of
when
you.
you guys called me, it wasn't maybe that was okay.
Yeah, it was-
what's
No,
the date?
100%.
One time.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Just like when you called me after I did Sting 2 years in a row, you're like, Nick, it's your time.
Yeah.
And I was
No.
like, yeah.
But we have to put this out there too, Nix. Say Muscle, ladies and gentlemen, very important.
Very important segment of our
Muscle might
community.
not be a high person, not like be a person to be in front of the camera, but because you see me, I do the media and the podcast. Muscle is a real, genuine human being.
genuine.
And right now in
I attest to
2025, that is hard to find.
that. Yes.
So if you're not subscribe
Now.
and show him some love.
That is
Me
it.
myself, I beat myself. I like interview Muscle I see you question them.
We are going to interview. We are going to interview.
Next, you know what we do back a show together though?
Yeah.
We need to do back a show
It's in
together.
the making.
100%.
It's evident that
Yeah,
it's
we need
in
to
the
do back a show
making.
together. We know we can call it sexy chocolate and white, but no.
No. We're gonna come up.
No, you guys' chemistry is amazing. Even little things, the way how you guys hold the mic when you're on stage, you hold it as in this is my instrument to play with. It's not like anything intimidating you. It's like you could see.
It's not like a muscle. Intimidate Nikki.
Nah, man.
I know
Bro,
you know what I mean when I said.
I don't think
I know
could
you know
live
what I
that down,
mean.
bro. I don't think we can live that down.
We can't. No, we can't. We can't.
Nah, man. Good.
We can't. But muscle, I have to give you your flowers, brother. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Before we wrap up, I have to give you your flowers. As you said, when we call you, you never itch. You know what I mean? You've interviewed numerous
Hundreds of people.
hundreds
Yeah.
of people. You know what I mean?
And you remain humbled with
Very.
what you do. Very humble.
And every
I
time we
respect
see
that.
each other, it's always love. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? We
always.
hug and it's like we talk every day.
He
You know what I
gives
mean?
us the respect
It is.
as people that are co-workers in the industry,
course,
and I
you-
appreciate you for that.
You have to. You have to remember, okay, yeah, we sit down. I sat down with Killer. Yeah, that was my biggest so far. But at the end of the day, he went home and I'm still here. You understand? Yes, we've done 100. When I spoke to Linky, I had not done 100 interviews. Now I'm close to 500. You understand? So it's but that doesn't matter. None of that matters. We're still one phone call away. So, yo, what's good? Don't get it twisted. Do we all have an attitude when we're there? Of course.
Of
I don't want to
course, we're human
link with
beings.
everybody.
Of course.
I get millions of calls, texts, WhatsApp. I get almost every message. Do I answer all of them? No. I either don't want to link or the time's not right. But at the same time, yo, bro, we're one phone call away. If you need to link, link.
How is life since the podcast has took a different dimension? Because we talk about ourselves as hosts, but
Yeah.
when the mic is being removed and we're off stage, who is Nicola? Who is Dwayne? You know what I mean? Who is the great?
I've lived a public life now for almost 30 years, bro. You understand? So it's not like, okay, yeah, it's more global now. It was local before, but it's the same thing. I go out now. I take pictures everywhere I go. Okay, cool. But it's still me. I come here, I do my work, and go home. Talk to my wife about it. She says, yo, we keep level and we keep it moving. It ain't nothing. But don't get it twisted. I know who you guys are, just like I know who I am also.
Yeah.
You understand? I know who I am. But I like to turn it on and turn it off.
Because there has to be a balance. Because in our community, they like to say, "Oh my God, Nikki, I go like she hype, you know, or she utter."
Her
Must
name
have
is Hype.
changed.
Her name is Hype.
But because, and I've learned this, like being in different room and talking to people in different tax brackets, where you got to move different.
You have to.
You know what I mean? You have to move different. Your mindset have to be different. Your conversations have to be different. You know what I mean? And for somebody that you grew up with or somebody that used to call Nikki and say, yo, Nikki, can't believe so the girl with a red dress to come back at the party again, in terms of, Nikki, listen, we have Bounty Killer coming up next week and you need to be prepared. We have you know what I mean? So the conversation is different. So when that person will call you to tell you about the woman at the red dress at the last party, and I really take that call.
So you don't have time.
Because
for
you're
that,
in a
bro.
different bracket right now in terms of where your mindset is. So when somebody's like, yo, me I call Muslim, and I get him, me I call Nikki, and I get him, you know what I mean? We now have to channel our mind how we go about that, because at the end of the day, we're human. It can affect us. You know what I mean? Somebody has to like, me I must have close, I can say, boy, I must have switch on me. And I must go here and say, Linky Link say, me switch on him. You're going to take a minute out of your day to be like, shit, how would Linky say that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And his Linkies are you to a check for, you know what I mean? So you have to find balance.
That's the word. That's it right there.
Balance.
So it's like not every drum that knocks, you're gonna dance to it, right? So now my mindset is they're gonna be the naysayers, and if you pay attention to the naysayers, you're gonna fall behind, right? So a lot of people will come with negative, speeches and whatever the case is. You have to stay focused, right? Use whatever you need to use from them to get where you need to be. And that's where I'm
the
at.
game.
Yeah.
That's really the game. You have to understand that. I tell people my superpower is that I'm still tangible. today I'm tangible. I don't know about next week or so, but I know today you could pick up a phone, call me, you could send me a DM. I'm tangible. So you might see me on your TV or your phone, but you could still call me and we could discuss what you've seen. That's my superpower right now.
Right.
That's why I cherish that a lot. We're okay. I like to be, you could get me, but you don't have to see me everywhere. You won't see me everywhere, you know. For the year, I probably went to 4 places. I probably
And
went to
time
one
will
night.
probably come for you, not to cut you off, where you can't take those calls anymore.
But then that's why I said for now.
Yeah.
Right now, that's my superpower. You could call me after this comes out and people are discussing whatsoever. You know how many calls I get about it? Strangers, I'm shopping in grocery shop. We could talk about it.
Right.
That's what's good until you get to that level where you can't no more. But that's my superpower right now, is being able to talk to anybody that wants to talk to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Makes any closing remarks?
After coming off some of the biggest stage, Sting, the Bounty Killer show, 450, you know, all that. Jerk Fest, Jamaica Day. And then I have to put on my scrubs and go to work.
But that right there is a superpower, and I think that's what keeps you humble.
Yes.
Is the fact that, okay, we know this is an act. I'm up here acting. Can you see, when I'm done in 5 hours from now, I gotta go punch in, and that's what keeps you humble.
I'm gonna be straight right now. Me tired of that.
Yeah.
Me don't want punchy no more. Me tired of that.
The part touching me. I'm tired of it.
Full line
Yes.
entertainment podcast. Anybody out there? Nikki, Linky Links.
Touch my part, touch me. We need to stop punching it.
Yeah, we need to be on a radio station, get our own podcast. We're going to be doing big things. You know what I mean? I'm not even ask. We are going to do big things. And it
Amen.
starts right here. You know what I mean?
Right here.
Tired for punching.
On 2 line.
Right now.
Hut. Music Hut.
Yeah.
Right here.
Right here.
Right now.
Right
Yeah.
now.
Take a
ready.
sip.
The best thing, I'll tell you this, bro. You have to believe in yourself. And yeah, we're all adults with responsibilities and all these things. I started business at 21. And since 21, I turned 50 in February. I've never had a job. Never worked for anybody. Never had a job. Wow. I've had some amazing highs and some devastating lows. But I believe in what I'm doing. And it seems to work. But don't get it twisted. I have a wife too. And she's very good at what she does. So then that's where we balance. Okay, I'm not too firm. She'll hold up.
Right.
She's not too firm. I'll
hold up.
That's what works. So, if you guys want to go for it, go for it. It's out
And
there
most
waiting.
importantly, too, I think you left out one very vital part. You love what you do.
Love.
Exactly.
Love. Love is an understatement.
Yep.
Bro. Love.
Yep.
It comes with a lot of highs, a lot of lows, but I love this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Leave some social media contact where they can check you guys out.
What was the social media?
Real Hype Styles. Yeah, at Real Hype Styles. That's it. I'm giggling. Real Hype Styles. You can find me there for real though.
She's intimidated by a muscle, ladies and gentlemen.
I think
I'm never
that's
gonna
what we
live
should
that
name.
down.
We should name the podcast.
Intimidated.
Intimidation. Real Hype Styles, where you can find me, right? And you links.
Linky Links 20.
That's it.
Mr. Linky Links, or was it Mr. Linky Links?
Mr. Links.
Mr. Linky Links.
Yeah.
20, you know what I mean? And also follow Take a Sip. You know what I mean? We're taking over.
You're taking over. Take a sip.
Take
Shout out
a
Mr.
sip.
Sparks, Mr. Taz, pick up yourself. Pick
Muscle,
up the whites
we
and
need
bright
that Take a Sip
bodies.
one of these Thursdays.
One is, listen, I like to show up.
One of these Thursdays.
Unexpected.
Yeah,
Maybe
you know what I mean?
I'll invite you to our 1-year anniversary.
Okay.
October 2nd, if you're available.
Man, I got a bookmark that day. Shout out to my
October
whites and
what?
bright bodies. Second.
Yeah.
That's the day
We
after my
leave
birthday.
at October.
Thanks. I know.
Birthday's the first.
October 1st.
I'll be having a
Libra.
Well, I was going to surprise you, but
Yeah.
I can't surprise you because you don't really get a time slot
Yeah.
for us to come to take a sip. So.
Yeah, no. It was definitely a great conversation, exactly. Catching up with my media friends, host friends. You know what I mean? We've been linking now for years.
for
For years.
Good vibe.
For
You
years.
understand?
Always.
I'm
And the
glad-
respect is A level.
But sure, we can
Yeah,
chat.
always.
Though. We can tell you that, because if up to chair, we chat all night.
All night. All night. All night.
But I think this will give them a good insight to what's in your mind, and even a bit that's in my mind also. So we're hopefully somebody's on the sitting on the edge of their seat and they want to go. They want to jump into me. Hopefully this conversation makes them go. They heard something that said, go, jump in, let's go.
I have a question for you though.
What's up?
What would you advise be to us as being hosts and looking to start maybe our radio show? What would be your advice?
The only advice that I'll give you is stay consistent. You see, consistency will be talent any day. I don't care how talented this person is over here. If they're not consistent, the consistent person always wins. I show up every Sunday, 6 p.m. for the past couple of years. Consistency. At first on YouTube, he's Canadian. They didn't understand how I talk. Because how I'm speaking now, this is how I talk to Bounty, to Sizzler, to whoever. This is how I talk.
Yes.
They didn't understand it for a while. It still takes a while, but hey, you see consistency? Nothing beats consistency.
Nothing beats it. All right? Thank you.
I think our podcast will be called Consistency.
You have to live up to the name, though.
I know.
So be careful what we do. Careful.
Let me give you an outro and get you guys out of here, all right?
All right.
Bam. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Muscle, and this has been another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast, and we are out. Bam. This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.